Coming in with a dry weight about 3,600 pounds with a GVWR well under 5,000. That means this sub 23-foot travel trailer can easily be towed by a mid-size SUV. What's to boot? You have double over double bunks, a campside dinette, and a Murphy bed. Folks, this is the 2022 Coleman Lantern LT 18BH. So, with all the things to love about the 18BH, where do we start? Well, let's start right here on the dinette. Why and what do I love about it? Well, the thing I personally love about the dinette is the fact they were able to put it campside. And I really enjoy a campside dinette because I get a window right here, and that's the view that I want, is out to my campsite, out to my friends and family. Plus, they were able to fit a dinette that is plenty large for 4 people. So if you're traveling with the family, which in a bunkhouse a lot of times you are, everyone can sit at the table and have a meal together inside the RV if it's raining and you don't want to be outside. So that is a big win for me. Plus, this does drop down into extra sleeping capacity if you require it, if you're having some additional guests. Now, what about climate control? Something this size, right? A lot of times you don't have good options. Maybe it's wall mount AC, something like that. Not in the 18BH. You'll see you have the furnace right here, direct vent furnace. That's going to do more than what you need to heat this bad boy up. And if you take a look up top, you will see the roof mount AC again to make sure this thing stays nice and cool. If you're into entertainment, you want to listen to some music, well, that's no problem. You have your multimedia center right there. And if you want to watch TV, there's connections on the other side of the bed. I'll show you that in a little bit. Excuse me. Storage up top. Just open that up to give you an idea of what you're looking at, but pretty good storage there. Thermostat will be right over to the side. This, of course, is just for that direct vent furnace as the AC controls are on the AC unit itself. And then in the back corner are your double over double bunks. Nice big bunks, especially being under that, being able to tow this with a mid-size SUV that can tow 5,000 pounds. Having double bunks is phenomenal, so plenty of space there. And you also have storage underneath the bunk. Take a look at this. So you have storage right there, plenty of room for some extra duffel bags, clothes. If you need to put a laundry basket in there, you can. And on the other side is the outside kitchen, which we'll get to see when we head outside. And if you take a look right here in the bathroom, walk on back with me. As far as space, I'm about 6 foot, a little over 200 pounds. You can see it's a little tight for my legs here. I mean, I have good space, but if you're really tall, if you're 6'3" or taller, you're probably going to have some leg issues. Or if you just have long legs. I have pretty stubby legs too. So if you have longer legs, you may struggle here as well. But at 6 foot, I can definitely make this happen. You have some storage underneath the sink, both underneath the sink and underneath the countertop right here. I also like the countertop extension to help maximize the space. I think that was a smart move because, they had to put something down here anyway, so you might as well build it up and be able to utilize it. Electrical outlet, that is part of a GFCI grouping within the camper here. You have a mirror so you can take a look at yourself, as well as a towel hook. And then if I step in the shower, you'll see at 6 foot, I do have to duck down just a little bit. So, again, if you are taller, you're probably gonna have to duck down a considerable amount. At 6 foot, it's just a tiny bit. I can still shower up and make this happen. I can turn sideways in here, which is honestly probably how I would shower. So you're not gonna spend all day in there, but if you've been RVing and you've taken an RV shower, the water heaters aren't big enough to have you in there all day anyway. So get in there, get your business done, come right back out. And again, the fact you can tow this by a mid-size SUV is why it's a little bit shorter, right? They had to bring the ceiling height down. Again, at 6 foot, you can see here, I don't have a ton of clearance. So if you're a taller person, especially with the AC, as I walk underneath, I just clear this, right? So if you're 6'1", you're gonna have to duck under the AC. So just kind of bear that in mind as you're shopping too. As far as refrigerator, we have the Everchill 12-volt refrigerator. Currently have this one turned off, but you can just push the button to turn it right back on there. But this one is fantastic. This is just going to run off the batteries because it is 12 volts. So if you have, a little bit of solar as well as like 2 batteries, you can run this guy almost indefinitely, which is pretty great. Perfect for boondocking if you're looking to get out there and do some of that. microwave up top as well as additional storage. Then if we look at our kitchen, of course, you have the big window, kind of nice decorative backsplash there too when you have the shades up. But that is a big window to let in a ton of natural light. Single basin sink as well as 2-burner cooktop and some prep space off to the side, plus an electrical outlet and USB port there if you need to plug in a coffee maker or anything. As for storage, you have a drawer right here for all your flatware. You have to have at least one drawer to make it a functional kitchen, and they checked that box. You'll see storage right over here, plus enough space for a trash can right there, which I think is super impressive to be able to do in a smaller RV like this, because a lot of times, again, you just don't have space for a trash can, then your bag has to, hang on your poles. That's just not something I like. So the fact that they were able to give you that space, I think, is a big win. Let's talk about the front. As far as TV, you'll have your hookups right up here. So if you want TV, that's where it'll go. Wardrobe on the side, and of course, this is your bed. As I mentioned, folks, this is a Murphy bed. Go ahead and show you how that works. And this is going to be pretty rare, right? For a east to west bed, a lot of times you just don't get these in a Murphy. But I think this is really cool just because it gives you that extra seating space that a lot of times, as I said, in a camper this size, you don't find. When you are, sub 5,000 GVWR, around that 3,600 pound dry mark, to have the additional seating, just super uncommon. Now, it's not the deepest seating ever, right? I can see that I'm quite far forward. So again, if you're a taller person, you may struggle a little bit. But honestly, if I'm, sitting here and having conversation, I like that you can fold this up. It gives you more walk space through here. Plus, it allows you to put the bed away. So if you have guests over, guests aren't sitting on your bed, they have an actual spot they can sit. So for me, I think they did some great changes in here, and this one is a big win. Now that we've seen the insides, take a look at some of the outside features on the 2022 Coleman Lantern LT 18BH. Right up front, you'll see this unit is equipped with a power tongue jack, making it nice and easy to connect and disconnect from your tow vehicle, and also making it easier to level the trailer front to back. Plus, there's a light right up front for added visibility at night, and of course, a manual override in the rare event the motor fails. Right behind that is a 20-pound propane tank. You'll also see rails right there for your battery. Solar prep, which is a great thing to have, again, with that 12-volt fridge, as I mentioned. You can put a couple batteries there and then hook up solar panels, so that way you are constantly charging those up. You'll also see the kind of black diamond dash plating on the front, helping protect that front end a little bit from any rocks or debris that may get thrown up by your tow vehicle. And you can enjoy the new graphics, right? Both on the front and on the side. They kind of look like a honeycomb look, and I personally really like it. I think it adds a lot to the exterior of the RV. And Coleman's always had a great looking RV in my opinion, but I think they took it even one level further with what they have here. Large storage compartments, especially for being such a smaller trailer. You can see you have a lot of storage right up front there. And take a look at this. You will see that with this unit, you have power stabilizer jacks. That front one will control the front two, the rear one will operate the back two. You also see the 12-volt awning, so just touch a button to roll that out. Same thing to have it go right back in. Of course, our entryway here, outside power outlets, in case you need to plug anything in, gives you the ability to do that. And in the very back, as I mentioned, we were inside, is the outside kitchen. I love that this is here, of course. You have your refrigerator, some storage up top, and your 2-burner cooktop. Now, if you have something else you'd like to cook on, like a Blackstone, a flat griddle, something like that, by all means, you can set it up here. You have that propane quick connect underneath. You can just pop it right in there. You'll be good to go. You will also see your square tubular bumper with end caps. So you have a place to store your sewer hose. Right up top there in the center is a backup camera prep. So if you want a backup camera, that makes it easier to install. Coming around to the off-camp side, you'll see the terminations right over here with both your black and gray tank valves. City water inlet located here. 30-amp detachable power cord will be right there. And last but certainly not least is your fresh water fill in case you're going to do, again, camping somewhere you don't have city water, want to make sure to fill a fresh water tank. That right there will be the place to do it. So folks, if you're looking for a great family camper, something you can tow with that mid-size SUV that's able to tow, 5,000 pounds, the Coleman Lantern LT 18BH is a great choice. If you're looking for price and availability, all you have to do is click on the link in the description. Thanks again for watching, folks. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.